To those who are new here, I am Angel, and my channel is a bunch of videos from my trips and everything else in between. And today I am gonna answer the travel and relationship questions that you sent me for part 2 of the Q&A. Alright, first is from Kwaku.Gabriel on Instagram. What motivates you to travel? I travel mostly because I want new experiences. Because the Philippines is a tropical country, and there are some things here that there are some things that are not here that I want to experience, like snow or fall or other things that are just not happening here in the Philippines. And also because I want to make memories around the world. It's just nice to know that if someone says a place or a town or a city, and then you have that very personalized memory of that city. It's just not like Paris. Oh, Paris is nice, but you would have stories like Paris, that's where I like tripped on a bench when I was eating a baguette and all those things. And I think that's like the primary reason why I want to travel. Next, if you were to give someone a tour of your hometown, where would you take them first? Like I said on my teaser, this is difficult because every time people visit you, they would expect you to know where to take them. But now that I thought about it, I would say that I would take them to Malagos Garden Resort. This is not an ad or whatever, but yes, I would take them there because the place is nice. Trees, plants, butterflies, and all that. Plus they have their world-class chocolate, and then they have an activity within the resort that lets you make your own chocolate and then bring them home. And I tried that myself, and it's like super fun, and I want other people to try it too. So it's like fun activity, and then you get to bring home a world-class chocolate from my city. Isn't that nice? But yeah. 3. When you travel, do you pack too much or too little? Definitely too much. I don't want to admit it because like travel light is the thing, but I always I always pack too much. I pack for every activity in my itinerary because I plan trips like day-to-day basis, especially when I'm traveling with my parents, because they want to see whatever's happening for the whole trip. And then I just like pack a different dress for a different thing, even if it's the same day, because it's just, I don't know, it looks nice, especially in the photos. And the first time I traveled that I did laundry is Croatia. So the whole time I was traveling, the first time I went abroad was I was 14 until I was 28. So all of my travels from 14 till 28, I pack everything in a big luggage. I don't do laundry. So if I'm out for 2 weeks, I have 2 weeks worth of clothes and more, because you have to pack something fancy in case something happens, and then you have to pack something for this event in case it happens. I'm that kind of traveler. So even if I'm just like on the beach and then someone just tells me let's go have a fancy dinner, I'm ready for it because I have that in case dress just in there. So yeah, I pack too much. However, I still always forget to bring something. So it's like packing too much but still too little because I forget a lot of things like all the time. But yeah, I pack too much. Davey on Facebook, gusto ka mag-skydiving? Do you want to skydive? Of course I want to skydive. Actually, when we my parents, my sister Anna, and I went to Dubai, we were supposed to go skydiving. However, that weekend when we were there, it was super hot in Dubai, so the company had to cancel everything for that weekend. So maybe next time. And Jacob, I know you're gonna watch this. You are going skydiving with me, whether you like it or not. Anyway. Still from Davy on Facebook. Top 3 countries na imong naadtuhan na nakay best experiences. So what are the top 3 countries that you've been to and had the best experiences? Number 1 is, no doubt, Egypt. I've said it on my Instagram post that hiking Mount Sinai is the best experience ever in all my travel experience, because it's just crazy. And that says a lot, because I've been to a lot of places before Egypt, and well, because it's so dark. Hiking Mount Sinai is it starts at 11 p.m. and it's 6-7 hour hike, back and forth. So you start with it's really dark and you don't know where you are, you don't know who's with you because it's that dark, and then someone just grabs your hand and then asks you to walk. What are they called? Bedouins. They would just hold your hand, follow me. And I was just yelling my mom and dad the whole time, because I'm not sure how far away I am from them. So I'm like, Mom, Daddy, Mommy, and then they would yell back, so I know we're still together. And then they would show you a camel, and then you'd have to go onto that camel, and then you just start going. You don't see anything. It's pitch black, nothing. And then you look up to the sky, and it's the most wonderful starry night sky that I've ever seen. It's so pretty. It's and it's exactly that feeling, and I tried to take a photo of it with my phone, even though we were told not to take out gadgets because they can't find it for us if it falls down. But I still tried because it's that pretty, but my phone can't capture it. So I just looked up the whole time I was on the camel. And then you go up there, and you stop at the camel ride stops at this store which sells coffee, tea, and whatever snacks, and then you have to walk, actually climb the rest of the way up. And it was so steep, and there's no actual trail. You're stepping on loose rocks, and I was so tired. I kind of just take 15 steps and then rest, and then another 15 and then rest. It's that exhausting. But then you go to the very top, and it's just amazing. It's satisfying because of how difficult the climb was. So yeah. And then when we got down, it was time for sunrise. I'm a sunrise girl. I like the sunrise more than the sunset. So when we went down, and then you see a very vast desert and the sun right there, and it's just so amazing. It's so nice. I would do it again. However many times again, I would do it again. It's just so amazing. And Egypt wasn't even on my bucket list at all. I never wanted to go to Egypt. I don't know why. But now I would go back to Egypt just to hike Mount Sinai again and again and again and again. It's so amazing. So if you are capable health-wise, if you're physically fit to actually hike something, please do try it. It's so amazing. It's mind-blowing. It's crazy. It's anyway. So yeah, that's my number 1. Number 2 is the Philippines, because my friends and I went to Sagada. It's Sagada Mountain Province in the Philippines, and we did cave spelunking. So it's 2 caves, and we went for the first cave and then went out on the second one. And it's I think a 6-hour spelunking tour. It's not really a tour because it's just us and a local guide who takes the lamp thing with him, with actual flame, not the electrical lamp things, lantern, whatever. But it's amazing because you go through the 2 caves without safety gear whatsoever, and it's you're trusting your life to your friends and the guide, that they would like catch you every time, hold you tight when they need to and stuff, because there are times when you have to jump off a boulder so you could go to this part, and there's no actual like trail to follow too. It depends on the guide where he thinks you guys should go, so you have to like trust him. And then there are some times that you have to like step on the guide's shoulders just so you could go down. And there's one part where we have to scoot over a ledge, and it's like there's a like plane here and then another here, and this is like a super deep cliff that I can't even see the end of, and then there's a rock ledge on this side, and then you just have to scoot all the way there. And I have sweaty hands, and that's scary. And then there's that part where you have to choose between going through the water part or climbing another cliff. So it's like the cliff here, you have to climb back up and then go back down, or just wade through the water. And I did not choose that. I am gonna lose my mind, because I always have the imagination like Godzilla or whatever monster is underwater. So I'm so scared. And I hate snakes. Oh my god, I'm so scared of snakes. And it's dark. All you have is that guide's lantern, and I feel like there are gonna be snakes swimming in the water when I'm there. So I told them I'm just gonna do the cliff thing. So we did that, and it's just crazy. And then after we finished the whole thing, that's when the guide told us that there are already a few people who actually fell on the cliffs, and they didn't find the person anymore. It's like missing person. He mentioned that when we finished the whole thing, just so we won't be scared. But that's a really good experience, and I'm so proud that it's in the Philippines. So yeah, you should visit the Philippines sometime soon after this whole virus thingy is over. Oh, 3. The third one would probably be, I'd say, South Africa. It's not really an experience. The safari, it's not really an experience, because I was just there sitting on the safari vehicle. But seeing all the wild animals, I think you've heard me if you've watched my South Africa video. I was just wowing the whole time. I saw giraffes run around. I'm like, wow, cause it's unbelievable. I mean, I've seen giraffes before, but not in the wild, not running around like National Geographic. It's just amazing. So yeah, those are my 3 top countries based on experience: Egypt, the Philippines, and South Africa. Next, AR on Instagram. Unsa imong pinakapangit na lag? So what is your worst trip? I can't really think of a worst, like a bad trip, because everything is like different in their own ways. But I would say that it would be Phuket, Thailand. Not because Phuket is a bad place to go to or whatever, but I just had a really bad experience there because of bad incidents that happened. So we were on a island hopping tour with a bunch of people, and then we're like going to beaches and the islands, but we didn't quite finish the whole tour, because when we were at the beach, one kid from that group got stung by a jellyfish, and we have to bring him to the hospital. And the tour guide doesn't think we should just stay there and wait for them to come back, because we don't really know when that will be. So we all had to go back to the city, because we had to take the kid there at the hospital or something. And then later that day, yes, same day, later that day, we decided to watch the Ladyboy show and a Muay Thai fight. But we didn't get to do that too, because I got dizzy and I was puking, I think. Was I puking or was I like... But my tummy hurts and I'm not feeling well. So my parents and Anna had to like take me to the hospital, and we have like a bunch of tuk-tuk rides to get to the hospital. I don't know why they don't have ambulances. Maybe they do, we just don't know where to call, where to find them, or whatever. But yeah, we spent a lot of time at the hospital just to find out that I had food poisoning. So yeah, we missed a lot of things to do, and I didn't feel well. My sister has a really good story, funny story. Every time she tells the Phuket story, how I fainted on a bathroom floor, of a public bathroom floor. It's crazy. She always laughs at it, but yeah. So it's kind of fun in the end, but during that experience, right at that very moment, it was not fun. And so I would say Phuket is my worst trip, just because of that. Anyway, Molly on Facebook. Pag human-an ni tanan, unsang lugar imong una atuhan, local and abroad. When all this is over, which places are you gonna visit first, local and abroad? For local, it would probably be Boracay or Palawan, because it's Jacob's turn to visit me, because like we do alternate visiting stuff. And we were talking about how nice Boracay or Palawan is. So maybe we'd visit either or both of the two, depends on how much time we have. And for abroad, it's like I said on my lockdown video, we have trips canceled and on hold because of the virus. So we might go to those places if this thing opens up again. Or if not, it's probably gonna be the States still to visit Jacob. So next, The Hungry Feet on Instagram. How can you always afford to travel? So this is the thing. I don't always pay for my travels, because 95% of the time I travel with my parents. So whenever I travel with them, everything is paid for by my parents. So yeah, I travel a lot and I do not pay for most of it because I travel with my parents. And for those trips that I actually pay for by myself, when I'm with my friends, or when I'm with Jacob, it's just a matter of spending where you think you should spend and then saving on the other things. I always fly economy, nothing more, because that's expensive, and I'm just gonna be sitting there. Yes, it's more comfortable, but whatever, I'd rather spend it on something else, just like going to Jacob for his birthday. We spent most nights on motels because we were also driving around, and then I flew economy. But then that means we have enough to actually do the helicopter ride over the Grand Canyon. So save where you can, choose where you want to splurge. I think that's a trick for when you want to travel. Kind of nice, but still cheap somehow. Anyway, so that's all the travel questions that I have. Oh, there's one more that Patrice just sent me. She said, Patrice Bautista on Facebook. She just asked me, how would you know if you're already how do you know where you want to live, like for good? And I feel like you wouldn't know really until you're actually there, because when I moved to Manila, I didn't know I like Manila so much until I went back here in my hometown. It's like the feeling of being at home is what you crave for, when you're like free to do your things. And I don't know, it's probably the freedom that you have. So I wouldn't really know yet because I just lived here and Manila, but we'll see. Yeah. Anyway, for relationship questions, the first one is from Molly on Facebook. Mahal ko o mahal ako? It's the one I love or the one who loves me. So for the record, I'm just gonna say that don't settle. I think it's supposed to be love and be loved back. But if you have to choose, I would say if you're a girl, go for someone who loves you. And then if you're a guy, go for someone you love. Because I think girls have a big tendency to learn to love. As long as you like shower a girl with like I don't know, love and everything, compliments, whatever else, as long as you just consistently show her how much you love her, she would probably learn to love you eventually. I think it's more like the tendency for girls to learn to love is more than guys. So if you're a guy, go for that girl, because the girl you love, because she's gonna fall for you soon somehow. Just wait, just be consistent, just don't get tired. And if you're a girl, go for that guy who loves you, because like I said, you would learn to love him and you would actually be happy. But yeah, Anna on Facebook, your thoughts about divorce. This is so serious, and I feel like this is, like I said on my teaser, it's juicy, because just if you don't know yet, divorce is not legal in the Philippines. So people don't divorce here. But I think divorce should be an option if you're both miserable in the relationship. If I know I can't make my partner happy, and I know for a fact he can't make me happy anymore, and I know that I would have more growth when I'm away from him or away from our like miserable situation, I feel like I should get the option to actually divorce and grow as a person without him. But don't get me wrong, I don't want people to treat divorce as a simple breakup. That it's like, oh, I'm tired of you, like one just petty fight and you immediately divorce. I don't think so. I feel like you should still hold the marriage sacred, like make it work, fight for it as much as you can. But if you really can't make it work, you should have the option to just leave and go. Like I said on my first Q&A, chaotic situations, I go away, separate from the situation. I think that's why I want divorce too, or something. Sorry. Anyway, another from Quaco Gabriel on Instagram. Does age difference matter in a relationship? Jacob and I'm just gonna say it, I am 7 years older than Jacob. Actually just 6 years and 11 months, but whatever, it's 7 years, whatevs. But I don't think the age matters as long as your maturity level meets somewhere. It doesn't have to be halfway. You could meet at 22, like you're both 22 maturity wise, or you're both 29 like maturity wise, or wherever in between, or whatever. But as long as you meet maturity, your maturity levels just meet. Because it's difficult to be super serious about something and he's just playing, or he doesn't really understand his feelings yet, or when like he's super serious and you just like treating things like a game, or like it's just fun, that's why I'm here, that's why I'm in a relationship. So it has to be you have to meet somewhere so you know you're on the same page. Like you could both be serious at some point, and then for some days you could both be crazy immature people, but you have to be like equal anywhere that is. So I don't think it's about the age really. It's about understanding, being able to understand and communicate with each other properly. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm some like love guru or whatever. Anyway, Jeannie on Facebook. Who is your first crush? I'm not gonna say his name because we're still friends and we're both happy that way. So let's just name him Charlie. Where's Charlie? Charlie, come here. So we're just gonna name him Charlie. This is my first crush. And I've been crushing on him since high school. Junior high school. Until I finished architecture. Even a little bit after that. He's always been my ideal man. And which is a good thing because every time guys get close to me or like, stuff, I always ask myself this question. If I actually get into a relationship with this guy and then Charlie would ask me to be his girlfriend, would I say yes? And the answer has always been yes until Jacob. But the answer has always been yes until Jacob came, and when I asked myself that, I'm like, dang, amazing. Because Jacob is like him in a way, and more. Because he's a gentleman, like he's sweet, he's funny, and he respects me a lot, which is a really big thing for me. And I don't know, so that's when I realized that I am, like, this is something when I was still texting Jacob. Because when I asked myself that, I would not go to my first crush, Charlie, when I'm with Jacob. So I'm like, yay, I found it. I found him. I'm not gonna say the one because that's cheesy, but yeah, I found him. Anyway, Irene de la Piedra on Facebook. Is your boyfriend your first love? I would say no, because I have loved people before, but not this much and not this kind of love. Because with Jacob, it's like a really relaxing and calming love, and it's the kind of love that made me want to be a better person. It's not just for him, but in general. It's not like this is the way I am, take me or leave me. It's not like that anymore. It's more like, how can I be better? And I really like that. I like how I feel safe, and I don't know, I just feel there's just comfort being with him. So yeah. Anyway, who comes in your mind first in the morning and can give you a reason to smile? This is from Ask FM, and the answer is gonna be Jacob. You would probably guess like this is mostly about Jacob now because it's relationship and I'm in a relationship with him. Jacob and I have like a 15-hour difference. Yes, we're long distance, and that's 15 hours apart. And so as much as we can, we try to sleep together. Like sometimes I would sleep like around 10, 11 and then wake up in the morning, and he'd be on his phone just, I don't know what he's doing when I'm sleeping, but he's gonna be there when I sleep and still gonna be there when I wake up. And I think that's really sweet. And yeah, and when I wake up, he's gonna be, hi bunny, or something. Or if we don't get to sleep with each other, I'm gonna wake up to his call, because he would ask me what time I want to be up the next day, and then he would call me for that. And then he's always like sunshine. Every time he makes that good morning call, or when he like greets me good morning, it just brightens my world. Anyway, so yeah, that's a reason to smile, just seeing his cute little face. And yeah, anyway, I'm shy na. From Rojan Mi Panunshalman. Pagtagaan kag higayon, kambyuhan nimong pangalan, unsa og ngano. If you're given the chance to change your name, what would it be and why? McQuaid. Anyway. Okay, cheesy, whatever. Another one from Chini on Facebook. When do you want to get married? I'm not sure when, just as long as it's when I'm ready. I really didn't believe in marriage at first because I feel like if you really love someone, you don't need a piece of paper to prove that you love that person. And if you really don't love the person anymore, no piece of paper can stop you from leaving that person. So I really don't know. But a sweet, sweet baby boy told me that marriage is like not just making a promise to you, but to everyone you love and to everyone he loves. And I'm big on promises, so I got sold to the idea. And yeah, maybe when I'm ready, I will get married. Molly on Facebook. Ready na ba ka magminyo o magka-baby? Are you ready to get married and have a baby? I don't think anyone is ever completely ready for anything. So I'd say just as long as you think you're with the right person and you're sure that you're willing to spend the rest of your life with him and do all the responsibilities with him, just go for it. Because like I said, you're never ever gonna be super ready. Just do it, and then just make sure you figure things out on the way together, because that's what matters. As long as you figure things out, you're gonna like do it step by step. You don't need to have everything figured out before you actually take the first step. Just make sure you're with the right person, because that's scary if you're not. But yeah. From Ivy Berlusca on Facebook, share your how you met story. So this is weird because what story do you want? The how we met physically met for the first time, or how we oh, my phone is dying, or how we started, because it's two different things, and I don't want to admit it really because I think it's frowned upon on my culture. But Jacob and I started online, and I'm not sure how other people think about that, but yeah, we started online. So how we started is, I have this friend, Jen. She was my teammate in college, and then she was working with Jacob when they were both deployed in Korea. So broom broom broom. So she was working with Jacob when they were both deployed in Korea, and she posted photos on her Instagram, and I have them on my feed and stuff. And then she posted a photo of him and a bunch of other friends, and Jacob was in it. And I really think he looked cute on that photo. If I find it, I'm gonna put it here. But yeah, he looked really cute on that photo. So what I did, I took a screenshot of that photo. I circled his face, sent it to Jen, and with a text that says, "Who's this? Me likey." Crazy. And then she responded with, "Do you like him? He's a nice guy." So I told her to tell him to follow me on Instagram, because my Facebook is a private account and Instagram is my best foot forward. If you haven't noticed yet, it's super curated. So I told her to make him follow me on Instagram. And then a couple days, I think, after, I got a message request, and it was from Jacob. And what he said was, "My friend told me to text you." And I'm like, whatever, if you're not interested, just go. So I told him, "I'll tell my friend that you texted, you don't have to text me anymore." But then he responded with, no, something like, I really want to know you more. What's your favorite color? What's your hobby? And all those questions that are like straight to the point. There's no such thing, like there's no small talk something. He wants to know stuff, and then I just like it how straight to the point that was. So yeah. And then a few days, I think a week or just a few days after, he followed me on Instagram. And yeah, that's how we started. It's cute, but I kind of did the first move, so that's frowned upon too. Or not anymore. It's 2020 or something. Anyway, but the other story, how we actually met, like physically met each other, is different. So it was December. By the end of November, I was on a trip with my parents in China. We were in Shanghai. And then I don't know why, but I checked flights from Shanghai to Okinawa because they already moved from Korea to Japan. So they were in Okinawa then. And I checked flights from Shanghai to Okinawa, and it's just like $100. So I asked my dad if I could stay for a bit, not go home, like go home a little late, like a week late, just so I could go to Okinawa. And for some crazy reason, he said yes. My dad is super strict. I grew up like really conservative because my parents are super strict, especially my dad. So I really don't understand why he allowed me to do that, but he did. So after the whole trip, they went home, and I was on my way to Okinawa. The plan was I have the whole day for myself when I'm in Okinawa, because they're both Jen and Jacob is working, so they would just go out of base after work. So I would have the whole day to myself, and then we're just gonna hang out, grab dinner and stuff. But then they had a last minute shifting schedule, whatever. Night is gonna be Jen, like from what is that? From like around 4 onwards, it's gonna be Jen, and then she'd leave me, and then Jacob is gonna be with me around 2 a.m. until he has to leave for work around 11, something like that. So Jacob called me to say that he's already on his way and he's gonna be there in 5 minutes, whatever. I was so sleepy, and I just went downstairs to the lobby without my glasses on. That's the wrong move because I can't see without my glasses and without contacts. So I was sitting on the hotel lobby, and then there's this figure, black shirt, khaki shorts, and black high-cut sneakers. That's how I remember it, with a backpack. Yeah. So that figure went into the lobby, and I'm like, is that him? Maybe it's him, because why would someone else be at a hotel at 2 a.m.? So I'm like, And then he was going towards me, and I don't have my glasses, so I wouldn't really know. So I just like stood up, assuming it was him. And then it was him, because he hugged me and he said he's so happy that he finally gets to see me. And I said, I'm happy too. And yeah, that's the first time we actually met physically. And it's amazing. It's weird because it's a very different experience, like being able to actually be in love with someone before you actually physically met them. But yeah, it's nice. Anyway, what was the most kilig move that your boyfriend has done so far? What has your boyfriend done that made you the giddiest? I don't know, because he did a lot of sweet things, but they're more like, aww, sweet, not like the giddy. So I was giddy, but I was super shy, so I was trying not to show it. We were having dinner, steak for dinner at a restaurant, and then he just asked me out of nowhere. He said, if I go down on one knee right now, what would you say? And I'm like, I don't know how to respond. Crazy. That's out of nowhere, and I don't know. It's a kind of fancy restaurant, so a waiter is just there beside our table, just waiting on us. And it's, I was so shy. But yeah, but I said no, not yet. I said I will, but we have a lot to figure out, and we have to wait. So I told him to wait, but now he thinks it's inevitable. Well, I think it's inevitable too. We just need to figure things out. But I would say yes soon. Anyway. Jacob McQuaid on Instagram, of course. To end the Q&A part 2, it's gonna be from the man himself, Jacob McQuaid on Instagram. How long are we going to be together, my dear? I tell you every time. Forever and always, lovey. Forever and always, no matter how difficult it gets. Because we've been long distance for 2 years. It's June 3rd right now. I think you can see it there. We're gonna be together for 2 years next week. Aw. But yeah, we've been long distance for 2 years, and it's really difficult. It started the first year, it was just 1 hour apart because he was in Korea and Japan. And then when he moved to the States, it's 15 hours apart, and it's really difficult, but we made it work. And so yeah, forever and always, love you. And okay, that's it. Yeah, that's the end of Q&A part 2. Travel and relationship questions. But there's more because I did a fast talk with Chini, and that's gonna be part 3, and it's gonna start in 3, 2, 1. See ya. Okay na. Hi, this is part 3 of my Q&A fast talk with Chini.
Hi guys!
You've probably seen her on my other videos because she's the one who gets stiff neck dancing Havana on Just Dance, and she has that evil laugh from my lockdown series. So, Chini!
Sige, let's do fast talk. Okay, dito.
Ay, sorry. Sige,
Ikat-kat,
Di siya ba di ka?
sige, okay na lang para makabalo sila Bisaya. Okay, start. Career or love life?
Career.
Do you consider yourself a romantic?
No.
Sweet or funny?
Sweet.
Favorite color?
Pink.
Killer smile or killer abs?
Smile. Arms, but because it's abs, smile.
Bad breath or body odor?
Ew, anong pinabang? Pinabang! Crazy.
Sige, wala. Taylor Swift or Ariana Grande?
Taylor.
Good.
Good. May tama answer.
Describe your boyfriend in 3 words.
Sweet, foggy, and responsible.
Sure. What do you regret the most?
Hoy, na naman nasa akong Q&A part 1. You didn't watch
okay,
it.
sige.
I hate you.
Wala pa, tipunon pa. Itapokon pa na ako. Kalagad sa papel. Uy, sorry. Dili na siya pang buyabunda. What or who lights you up? What or who lights you up?
Who na lang ba si Jacob?
Charot! Childhood crush.
That's your question sa ano?
Dili good.
Who's your first crush? But childhood crush, maybe
child-
the neighbor.
Name.
Who? Ano
Dili siya iawa. Nari siya
No,
asawa.
he's married na. Let it be.
When was the time I made you laugh the most?
When was the time you made me laugh the
Yes,
most?
the
You?
most. Yeah, me.
When you laugh, which laugh?
Grabe lagi horse laugh.
Horse
What make your family amazing?
My family is amazing because we're close.
Sure.
Like super close with each other. So, and we're crazy. So,
Name 3 things that make you truly happy.
food,
Food.
food, beach, and traveling.
Sure, wala si Jacob mo ka.
Thanks, Mom.
Ay, thanks gani. Dapat tama dahil no thanks. Do you have a pet?
Pet plants.
Art or music?
Music.
Beach or pool?
Beach.
Beach, Judy mo ano. Favorite TV series? Series.
Nana po ang dogs, my gosh. Favorite TV series? I don't know.
Wala.
Revenge.
Sige, revenge. Have you ever been depressed?
Depressed, no, because it's a clinical word. Pero like super down, yes.
Sige. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Tea. No. Favorite song?
Ay, as in like of all time?
Mm.
I don't know.
In what?
I don't.
Would you marry a foreigner?
Dog.
Oh, ha? Nice kong question, no? Saman? Yes or no?
Yes!
Oh, kailangan pa ko i-memorize yan.
Annoying kay kasi.
The best age to get married.
Wala man. It's not about the age. It's about your readiness.
Ready na siya. Describe yourself in 5 words.
Pretty.
Pretty. Pretty.
I don't know. Loud.
Loud.
I don't know na. Messy.
Messy.
Agree si Chini. Same na nasa damak ka na wala ko nagaligo. I don't know. I don't know.
Bakit 4?
Basta tawag read the books. Bookworm.
Bookaholic.
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 And I guess arte. In
Arte.
some way, yeah.
What is love for you?
Wait, someone know.
What is love for you?
Love is something that makes you happier when you already are happy.
Favorite expression?
E. I think E for everything. E lang. E. Yawa.
Mura to siging 25.
Yay! I'm so scared. Sabi na ko.
Oh, mura to.
Thank you, Chin. Napag-hi dere.
Hi!
So those are the fast talk questions by Chini, and I've never seen those questions before. And she's so crazy.
Wala kay buhaton taga.
Kato lang.
Ito lang.
Eh, I want more. It's so fun.
No.
So yeah, that is part 2 and 3 of the Q&A. I did not know Chini just cut the video off, so I'm doing this again. I'm doing this right now. I just want to thank everyone who sent their questions. I really appreciate it. And if you like the video and you think you want to see more, just like the video and subscribe, and then you can tell me what you think about the video and the other videos I have on the comments below, and I will see you soon. Bye.